Hey, this is going to be Aloeidai tutorial strats, basically on how to deal with Aloeidai. He basically has two main, he can either deprotect or deshell you, or deprotect deshell. He hits your whole party when he debuffs you. So that determines sort of how you approach the fight and the timing that you take on how you engage the fight and deal with your potions. There's a few different strats on how to deal with him. XIII-2, world record holder, I believe he does it a little differently. I know Zero Scar has a little bit of a different approach on this fight. This is my approach. Every fight sort of kind of tails it to sort of, I guess, maybe their taste, their liking. The key is consistency, and you can get really good times with him, but really don't look to try to get like an amazing time with Aloeidai. The issue with timing on Aloeidai is you don't want to die to Earth Shatter later in the fight, and that's really what's most important, is just getting through the fight successfully without dying. This is the first fight in the run that basically can threaten you and can party wipe you, can kill you if you come ill prepared. You can lose a lot of time to this fight. So essentially, through the run, this is probably the first fight you really want to spend time practicing on, not only because it has variance, but because of the timing on your effects, how you want to shift. It's it's a very technical fight. It just requires a bit of practice, so it's not overly difficult. Once you get it down, you spend maybe an hour, half hour, just kind of doing a few sets of, doing it a couple dozen times, a dozen times. You'll get more familiar with how Aloeidai handles the fight. He's very consistent in what he does. It's just a matter of knowing and looking for those cues of when he does things. So I come to this fight with Sarah lead, and at this point, let's see, I don't know if I still have to do my paradigm here. Yeah, so alright, I still have to push my Crystarium, so we'll do that real quick. You should have already probably have done this. And you're just maxing Crystarium here, which is probably in the notes that are already out there if you're learning the speed run. Pretty straightforward. You want to Mana Sliver on Nectin. And then on the Scandroid, I still do this. I push a Potent Bolt till he gets to Thunder. Then you want to infuse. And you should be starting on Relentless here. And she has an Iron Bangle, and he has nothing. My newer strats get Magician's Mark here on both Sarah and Noel, because I go for Gahungus before him, but you don't need it. Alright, so here's the fight. So initially you're going to be going for 4 ruins in Relentless. Shift to Try Disaster. Here you're just going to do an auto chain. You don't need to do anything special. Here he's going to, now here because he's in D-Shell, he's going to hit me with a rune right now. So what you want to do is you want to try to time your potion toss animation on Sarah or Noel if you're leading with Noel, so that he doesn't interrupt her or basically get her to fall on the ground. Same thing when he swipes. If he's in Deprotect, if he casts Deprotect on your party, he'll go to swipe you. Same kind of concept. You want to be throwing the potion as the swipe sort of comes across and hits you, so that you don't get interrupted as much, and that you stay standing and you don't get knocked over and all that. So we're gonna try to do that here. Just wait. You see the Ruin guy. As soon as it kind of like flies towards me and I see the little bubble start to expand, that's usually about the time you want to have to throw the potion, and now Sarah will not get interrupted. And then here he's staggered, so what you want to do is you want to go into Fire at Thundara. You want to do 1 chain there. You have an ATB refresh, go to Try Disaster again. There is a little too quick. I was going to do another chain, but since he's popping off now, I'm just going to throw a potion and then delay it. I'm going to chain here. I don't have an ATB refresh, so I'm going to sit here and fire Thundara again. Here I may get interrupted, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. We're already at 700, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do 1 more chain and then shift. This is his passive turn, so basically you'll do 1 more chain to push the gauge up. You want to shift to Calm, and you want to Calm Rev. You want to be basically, you want to make sure that you calm buffer the Thundara, the second spell, and then here you're just going to basically do 2 ruin bars to finish him off. and he should be just enough time. You could shift to see if you have an ATB refresh. Usually you don't, depending on the timing, but if you end up having one, or if you think you have one, just shift. Either way, it's not really gonna lose any time, because if you shift and you had to wait, if you didn't have it, you had to wait for it to fill up again anyways, and if you do, then you're gonna save a few seconds. So here you're just gonna do 1 ruin bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll shift, see if I have one. I do, so he pops off and he drops. So that's the end of the fight. And that's a 55, which is okay. You can get, you know, outside best shot, I've seen 49s here, 48 even, 47 on a like really amazing day, and I think that's if you do double magician's mark here. On a bad day, you get like a 59, but a 59 is really not that bad at all. So, you know, take that. I mean, I realized that wasn't at like full speed and I was pausing a lot, but just kind of take that into consideration. The best thing to do with Aloeidai, if he goes deep protect, it's a little bit easier on people. I've found when they come into the fight. The D shell is usually, when he does D shell, it's actually a faster fight. But with the deep protect, it's easier in a sense. People tend to find dealing with deep protect easier because he's just physically swinging at you. He's not raping your party. You're not getting flung around, and if you're kind of off on potions, it's not the end of the world. So people find that version of the fight a little bit easier. Just remember, he gets that passive turn later on. When he has this passive turn, he'll either recast Deep Protect on your party or D-Shell, and then that's about when you should be shifting to go into your runes to finish him off at about that point. Okay, that's it.